welcome to Vignana Jyoti YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about mensuration chapter for 10th class students. So especially in this chapter, conversions of 3D shapes is one of the most important concept in examination point of view. Okay, if you go through our textbook, we can find the problems on conversions in 10.4. So in that 10.4 you have 8 problems. Before that we have 6 problems on these conversions. Totally we have 14 problems on these conversions, and these are very important for 4 marks. So conversion means that change. So here the change can take place between two different 3D shapes or in between same shapes. Okay. So throughout our life, in our daily life situation, we are going through so many conversions, but we cannot identify. So before going to solve the problems, I would like to introduce the conversion concept by taking some examples which are very known to you. Okay. So in our houses, our mother makes chapati at some times. How she can make chapati? How she can? She take some wheat flour, then she mix a little bit of oil and sufficient water. Then she compressed the wheat flour with help of oil and water. She make a big spear, isn't it? That after some time she wants to rolling chapati. Okay, so before rolling the chapati, she makes small spears, isn't it? She makes small spears from this big spear. Conversion takes place between two same shapes. What are those? Big spear. Okay, a big spear can be converted as small spears. Okay, so in this making of chapati, you can find conversion. That conversion can take place between spear to spear. A big spear can be split into different or so many spears. So this is our one of the concept. Okay, next come to the second example. Suppose your father is constructing a new house. Okay, your house is under construction. So he wants to buy doors. Okay, so he go to the timber depot and ask the trader for doors. There the trader has so many logs. Okay, with different qualities of logs. So those logs in the shape of cylinder. So from these logs he can cut and make our doors. From this log he can cut and prepare the doors. So especially the doors are in which form? Is nothing but in cuboid form. Here the trader cuts and makes the door. The door is in which form? The door is in cuboidal form. So here the conversion take place between cylinder to cuboid, isn't it? This cylindrical log can be converted into cuboidal shape. So next you will take one more examples. Suppose you will take onion. It is very familiar to us. What is the shape of onion? At most it is also in the shape of spear. Okay. If you cut into small slices, very small slices, and you will pick some slice which have in equal size. You pick some slice which have almost equal size. Then you have to arrange slice over slice over slice over slice. You will get a cylindrical shape, isn't it? If you take an sphere, will converted into cylinder. Okay, I would like give one more example which is very familiar to you, especially in our villages. So the heap of the heap of grains, you know that the heap of grains is in which shape, or the heap of sand is in which shape? Almost all the heaps are in the shape of cone, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, all the heaps, whether sand or grains or whatever it may be, if whenever you find a heap, that heap should be in the form of cone. So if you have a heap of grains, then these heap of grains will kept in gunny bags. Okay, for our convenience, these heap of grains will be transformed into gunny bags. Okay, those after filling the gunny bag shape is nothing but cubological shape. Okay, this is the gunny bag. So after that, the gunny bag is in the shape of cuboid. Here, this is the heap of grains. This is the gunny bag having grains. Here, the heap can be, the cone can be converted into cubological shape, isn't it? Then I will explain one more example. If you want to buy half kg plain cake, then you will go to the bakery and ask the salesman. There, the cake will be kept in cubological tray. There only the cake will kept in cubological tray. Okay, isn't it? Then he will cut a small piece according to your requirement. He cut some piece. Okay, that piece also in the form of cuboid, isn't it? You have to remember. Okay, here what happens? A cubological shape can be converted or can be divided into so many cubological shapes. So these are examples which are very familiar to in our day-to-day life. So whenever go through these situations, whenever you go through these situations, you have to remember in every situation I can find mathematics. Here the concept is conversion. Here conversion means change. Change from which 3D shape to which 3D shape. How we are going to solve these conversions? Now, how we are going to solve problems on these conversions? So, if you go through the conversion problems, you can find two shapes or two objects. If you go through the conversion problems, you should find two objects or two shapes. Okay, or are two objects. Some problems mention two shapes by its name, like cube, cylinder, conical, cylindrical, like that, spherical, like that. Some problems don't mention the shape. Some problems express it in terms of object name, candle, okay, or heap of grains, okay, ball, like that. So whenever you find the object in the problem, you have to write the relevant shapes. You have to identify the relevant shapes. If the problem contains shapes, there is nothing to worry. If the problem contains objects, you have to identify the relevant shapes of the object. This is the first and foremost thing you have to learn. After knowing the two shapes, you have to classify it as shape 1, shape 2. You have to classify it as shape 1 and shape 2. how to identify, or which object can take shape 1, which object can take shape 2. It is very simple. If you go through the problem, two question words most frequently, those are find. One is find is a question word. Second one is how many. How many? So, for identifying shape 1, shape 2, you have to read out the problem very carefully and identify the question word. After that, you have to question yourself. Here the question word, it is either how many or find. Here the question word imposed on which shape. Here the question word is imposed on which shape or imposed on which object. You have to identify very carefully. The question word imposed on which shape. You have to identify it. Okay. Thereafter, suppose if the question word imposed on cylinder, then the shape 2 will become cylinder. That means, first of all, you have to identify shape 2. You don't identify shape 1 at initial. At initial stage, you have to identify shape 2. Okay. This one you have to identify at first. How can you identify shape 2 at first? You observe the question word and you have to observe the question word is imposed on which object or on which shape. That object or that shape can be taken as shape 2. So, thereafter, the remaining shape is nothing but shape 1. The most important thing, you have to classify shape 1 into shape 2. Okay. After that, I have already explained you, there are 14 problems on these conversions. Okay. These 14 problems can be split into two types, two models. I can split these 14 problems into two models. Model 1, Model 2. Very easy. Model 1 and Model 2. Almost any problem you can find in conversion, those problems can be divided into Model 1 and Model 2 according to my views. That's all. Okay. It is concerned to me. The intention is, it is only my intention. Okay. It is not an universal intention. I have classified the 14 problems into Model 1 into Model 2. If you go through the problem and identify the RTP. If the RTP demands, okay, how many objects? If the RTP demands how many objects you can get, okay, how many objects makes, you have like that, and that means you have to find number of objects. To find number of objects. To find number of objects. That means whenever you find number of objects, those problems comes under Model 1. So whenever you find dimension of second shape, whenever you find dimension of second shape, so those comes under Model 2. So you have to read out the problem thoroughly. Then you have to question yourself, here can I find number of objects or can I find any dimension of the shape? Okay, you have to question two types. Can I find, or I am going to find number of objects, or I am going to find any dimension of second shape. If you are going to find number of objects, you comes under Model 1. Or if you are going to find any dimension of second shape, those are comes under Model 2. Okay, is it clear? Problems comes under Model 1. If you want to find number of objects, those are Model 1. If you find any dimensions of the second shape, those are comes under Model 2. If you have Model 1, how we can solve Model 1? So, how we can solve Model 1? How we can solve Model 2? If you want to solve Model 1 problems, you have to approach like this. In this one, we are going to find number of objects. Here, number of objects is equal. It's very technique. It is very easy technique. Volume of first shape by volume of second shape. That's all. You will get the answer. If you are facing problem comes under model 2, that means you have to find any dimension of second shape. You have to approach like this. Volume of first shape is equal to volume of second shape. So, is it clear? So, I will explain once again very briefly. You have to read out the problem carefully and identify which is shape 1, which is shape 2. So, in this one, you have to identify shape 2 at first. The question word how many are find imposed on which shape, that shape comes under shape 2, the remaining comes under shape 1. After deciding shape 1 and shape 2, you have to decide whether the problem comes under model 1 or model 2. So you have to decide yourself whether it is belongs to model 1 or model 2. How? If you want to find number of objects, those are model 1. If you want to find any dimension of second shape, it comes under model 2.